Pleasant good afternoon, dear participants. I welcome you all for this Day 3 Faculty Development Program on Stress Management, sponsored by AICTE et al. And organized by Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli. We are moving on to the third session of Day 3 on Impact of Stress on Physical and Mental Health by Dr. Jeeva from Tirunelveli. Now, I would like to invite Dr. A. Krishnaveni ma'am, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu, to introduce the resource person.
Yes, ma'am.
Krishnaveni ma'am, your microphone is muted.
Sorry. I feel honored to introduce to you Dr. Jeeva Kreedam Victor, the resource person of this third session on impact of stress on physical and mental health. Dr. Jeeva currently serves as a chief civil surgeon at Thoothukudi Medical College. She has 18 years of experience in the field of psychiatry. She is specialized in all the cases like general psychiatry, anxiety disorders, depression, schizophrenia, mood disorders, alcohol addiction, etc. Her prior interest is in student and adolescent counseling. Her major focus is more on child psychiatry, developmental disorders, speech and language disorders, autism spectrum disorders, etc. With a great motive to support special kids, she runs a special day center. She believes in the charm word, profession is done with a passion. And she is a person who works with passion towards her service till date. We are indeed honored to listen to her this afternoon. I hand over the session to Jeeva ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Slide. So good afternoon, everybody. So it's a great privilege to present this topic, impact of stress on physical and mental health. And I think for the past 2 days, you have been much enlightened on this topic in various domains. And today, I'm much honored to put forth some points on the impact of stress on physical and mental health. Now, what is stress? So, all of us are facing stress every day, no? So, there is no life without stress. So, any intrinsic or extrinsic stimulus that evokes a biological response is known as stress. So, what is a biological response? So, it may be a fear, maybe anger, and or some other reaction in the body, like you feel like palpitations, some sweating, some other pain. So, that is a biological response. So, I may repeat again. Any intrinsic or extrinsic stimulus that evokes a biological response is known as stress. So, based on the type, timing, and severity of the stress, various actions can occur on the body. So, it may range from a very mild alteration to life-threatening situation. So, this is a very important point. So, sometimes it may be very mild, but sometimes it may lead to a very life-threatening situation. So, the word stress was originally used by Seeley in 1956. He has done a master work in stress. So, he defines stress as the pressure experienced by a person in response to life demands. So, automatically it is well known. No? So, we do have life demands every day. So, right from the job, so household works and family work, family issues, everything, financial aspect, everything. So there's a demand in every area of the life. So it's a pressure experienced by a person. So everybody has stress, and I really appreciate this. Is a very good topic, and really we must be able to manage the stress and balance our life, and this is very important. So now, what is a stressor? So I will now I've divided. I divided this topic into portions, like first an introduction to stress, stressor, and different types of stressor, the importance of cortisol. So cortisol is the stress hormone. Then physical health and stress, mental health and stress, and how to handle stress. And at the end, we have some few videos and audio, so that that will be more practical to how to handle our stress. And at the last, we'll conclude the session. And now back to stressor. So what is a stressor? Stressor is a stimuli. It may precede or precipitate a change. So this stressor may be internal. Okay. So the internal stressor, it may be either something which is going on in. So you may be anticipating you may have an exam. So you may be anticipating a fear of exam, or it may be external. So external is something, a peer pressure or some other issues, normally day to day in the family or some other thing. So it may be something external. So that is a stressor. So we divide stressor into distress. So sometimes, so it is well known, distress. Distress is due to an excess of adaptive demands placed upon an individuals. So this, the demands are so great that they lead to bodily and mental damage. So it is excessive. So it is harmful. And the next is eustress, the optimal amount of stress which helps to promote health and growth. So you must have some amount of stress. Don't think that we shouldn't have stress at all. So distress is harmful. It is excessive demand put upon a person. So that definitely leads a damage to both the mind and the body. But stress is optimal amount of stress. For example, that motivates us to come up. So during exam, we definitely have stress, so that we keep on learning for the exams. We cut the unwanted things, going for a movie or some other thing. So we just sit and we have great energy during that time. Let's sit for hours and learn, and we write the exam, and our memory also will be so much. So that usage is very important, and also it is a drive which helps us to uh, grow up in our future. So that is very important. Use stress. So stress is important. It helps us also. Next, other types of stressors is something physiological. Physiological. That is, sometimes when you have an illness, some injury, some infections, some or hormonal fluctuations in your body, definitely that affects you. So an illness. No, recently COVID. So COVID has been affecting. So pandemic has totally changed everything. No, we didn't anticipate it. So it has changed everything, and there's a COVIDology is going to develop a study of COVID, and a related thing is in fastly growing, and it has caused a great devastation, and then taken away a lot of lives, and so that is the thing. And what are the psychological stressor? So stressor, physiological stressor, and psychological stressor. The family stressors usually going in every family, and the events we see on TV. So every day the media is influencing us, not only us, our children. So they're attending the online classes, and we do get lot of children and adolescents. They're more influenced by the media now, and the violence shown in that and the other things. So These are the stressors, psychological stressors. And you may be seeing in the slide the major types of stress. Here we have one type, frustration. No? Frustration is something a blocked goal. You may have set some goals in your life. So when it is blocked, so a candidate has planned to go to the US to pursue studies, and due to COVID, everything is blocked and it is postponed, and we don't know, it is postponed indefinitely. That is a frustration. So that's a blocked goal. And conflict. So what is a conflict? That is something happening within us. So it is something going on. The conflict, it will be interpersonal conflict also, person to person conflict. That is different. So it occurs within us. So in intrapersonal conflict, it is very important. In psychology, it's very important in creating a stress. We have three types: approach. This is something, it is a positive balance only. So approach is you have two positive things, but sometimes you don't know what to choose. Sometimes both will be a very good opportunity, but there you develop a stress. So naturally you select the best thing and then you leave the other thing. Then the other thing, it goes off and naturally you resolve from it. So that is not a much harmful thing. The last thing, avoidance. Avoidance is you have two negative things. Okay, negative balance, we tell it. So you choose the thing that is, see, the employment, you will be the salary will be very low, or the other thing will be, if you leave it, you'll go for unemployment. So you will choose the less paid salary job. So this is avoidance. So here there will be a conflict which to choose. So the positive thing also, we have a conflict, but that is better. The negative thing, we have a conflict. Approach avoidance is something, what is, you have a job, it's a good job, but it is something risky. Okay, risk taking job. You are paid well, you have a good job, but it is a risk taking. So here you have a conflict within yourself. So this is how in psychology we tell that stress develops. So three types. So next is change, how you adapt to certain changes. So a student was after 12th, they are going to the hostel, or some other changes, readjustments in your life. You're going abroad, or you're getting into a family life. So you have to change and you have to adapt. That is a stress. Getting married is a stress. So in life event scale, there is a life event scale. We rate it according to the severity of how you getting adapted. Okay, death of the spouse. So there's a big change. So we give a high rating scale for it. So these are some types of stress we just psychology, abnormal psychology behind it, we enumerate. Okay, so now I want to highlight the so what is something very important hormone behind the stress. So that is cortisol. So cortisol, okay. Cortisol. So what is cortisol? We often tell that we have an endocrine system, well-planned endocrine system, and also a HPA axis, hypothalamo pituitary axis, adrenal axis, HPA, hypothalamo pituitary adrenal axis. So this is very important. So the body itself helps us to counteract or adjust to stress. So now what is cortisol? Cortisol works with certain parts of your brain to control your mood, motivation, and also your fear. So where is cortisol generated? So you have adrenal glands, kidney is there. Where is kidney? All of you are well versed in everything. So you people all just Google and see everything, and more than us, you are well educated about all these things. So It is a triangle shaped organ at the top of your kidneys. It it prepares cortisol, glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids. Okay, it helps in the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Then it keeps the inflammation in order and regulates the blood pressure, increases your blood sugar, it maintains the sleep, boosts your energy to handle stress. So, when there is too much stress, these adrenal glands produce more cortisol so that to handle the stress. Okay. So the metabolism of carbohydrate is more, so that the anti-inflammation action is more, so the blood pressure goes up, so your blood sugar goes up to fight against your stress. So this is very important. But when there is constant stress and the alarm button is on always, so that is not good for cortisol. Increased cortisol is not good for our health. So it creates anxiety. So if the alarm button is on, what happens? Always your blood pressure is high. Always your blood sugar is high. So always you're alert. So the sleeping problem is there. So your carbohydrate metabolism is deranged. So there is weight gain. So this is how the mechanism, and the adrenaline also comes into action. We call it the fight and flight reaction. So always you are in fear. So there is fight and flight reaction going on. Adrenaline comes on. So some sympathetic overactivity. Sympathetic overactivity is your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, you're always in a panicky state. So the people tell, I'm always in a panicky state, I'm not able to relax. So this is the mechanism how stress, chronic stress or some acute stress. So acute stress usually resolves, chronic stress it stays on and creates all these problems. This is the mechanism. So it's very important that we maintain all these hormones in harmony. That is important. Okay. So maybe my slides may not correspond with what I'm talking, but at last I will just finally I will just tell you what is what. Now this is what is the response to stress physiologically. This is the physiological response, fight or flight. Okay, two things will happen. So this is what is fight. Once if you have an energy, you so these hormones will come in action. You fight against the stressor, or flight. Flight is what? Flight is you cannot. So you just run away. You see a snake, you cannot fight with that. You run away. And then cell is a general adaptation syndrome. So when you are encountered with a stress, you are in alarm. Initially, definitely our response, psychological response. So everybody, we don't laugh at stress or we are not humorous towards stress. Generally, we go into a state of alarm. Then we try to resist it through some other means. Then finally, we go into a state of exhaustion. So we are exhausted. So this is the physiological response. Okay, physiological response. Then what is the behavioral response? So how will you behave? So first is sometimes we go in for a frustration. First we saw, no? We go for when there is a blocked goal, we go for a frustration. And then sometimes we become aggressive. So some children, they usually, it's not only children, adults, and even middle-aged people, they are brought with the aggressive behavior. Sometimes when we sit and talk with them, when we patiently talk with them, they come out with all these problems. Madam, I do have a stress. So they are not understanding at my home. So finally, the reason for aggression will be a chronic stress. Then we need to talk with them, address the family. So the family therapy will be there. Everything will be going on, and finally we must give some solution. They will psychotherapy will be going on. So combined psychotherapy, family therapy, everything will be going on, and finally we have to give some solution for them. So what is catharsis? So catharsis is something the catharsis was framed by a famous psychiatrist, Sigmund Freud. He was the father of psychiatry. Uh, he framed this. Catharsis is sometimes they collaborate. I mean, they are from all parts of the thing, I think. So they ventilate everything. Yeah, they ventilate. Lament. So lamenting, ventilating, or weeping with all the type of emotional outlet. Yes, that is an emotional outlet in every part of the country or in different countries there is a different type of catharsis. Sometimes you have seen in some villages they just beat themselves and cry. That is different pattern, cultural patterns. With that they ventilate their stress. Sometimes I feel that is very good. Most of the emotional outlet, when it goes out, no, they'll be relieved of the stress most often. That is very good. I feel so, and many of them also feel so. Then there are some defense mechanisms of the mind. So the mind has some defense mechanism. As we have some defense mechanism in the country, the defense system, the mind has some defense mechanism. It starts to act. So it takes some mature defenses. So it takes, okay, this is the point. We have to deal like that. This takes some time. Initial response will be some frustration, aggression. Sometimes the defense may be immature. So immature, so they may go for some other mechanism of action. So they will be brought to us. Many times I have seen people throwing some fit, people throwing some other some tremors like that, some which is not explained by any medical cause. So they finally refer the patient to a psychiatrist. So when we evaluate, we often find that they'll be having some problem in the mind. Then we evaluate, find out, then we talk to them, give some medication if needed, or then by psychotherapy, they'll be all right. So if they take up the immature defense mechanism, most probably they will land up in a condition called the conversion. Previously, it was called hysteria. So hysteria, hysteros means womb. So womb means more commonly it was in females. So it was so they termed hysteria, but now we call it a conversion disorder. Sometimes they coping. So they start coping. So how they cope? Reappraisal. So they go to the thing, they look into the thing. So how it is. So the confronting the problems. So so sometimes we take time, we look into the problem, then using humor, expressing emotions. So these are sometimes coping comes along with the management. So let me go to the next slide. Okay. So this is overall thing. So we know that it has impact task performance. When you have stress for a long time, you have impact task performance. Burnout is very important. So if you are under chronic stress, you go for a burnout. Burnout is a state where you are no longer able to perform anything. You just simply sit and stare, and you just tell, I can't. So no more, like that. So even we had, during COVID, COVID, when we were put in duty, all the doctors, we went in for definitely burnout. So we're seeing lot of deaths and people dying and dying and dying. And we were in a state where we could save only few people. We went for a burnout. Actually, we needed some psychotherapy. So going certifying death, only few people are surviving, and people coming in queues and queues. You might be seeing, and you could have seen in the media. It was the scene there during the second wave, which is still going on. As cases have decreased, but still we need to be careful. So we went in for a burnout. The healthcare went in for a burnout. So that is so we can't. So that's a stage called burnout. Okay, next slide. Oh, okay. Now we can go further in detail about the effects of stress on the body. Okay. The first, let us start from the top to the bottom. So first, the brain function. Okay. Stress can cause structural change in the different parts of the brain. Okay, don't think you. So if will I get a structural change if I get acute stress? No, no, not that. Okay, we do have acute stress reaction, but it resolves very easily. Don't think that we get structural change immediately, but chronic stress, which is untreated, which is not getting resolved, can lead to atrophy of the brain. So, and also decrease in the weight of the brain. So when the brain goes for atrophy, so there will be decrease in the cognition and memory. So what is cognition? Cognition is thinking. Okay, the thinking capacity. So we all think and only act. So cognition is thinking and conation is will to act. So before the action we think. So slowly we lose the capacity of thinking. You would have experienced, all of us would have experienced whenever we are stressed, we will not be able to think properly. So this very important point where we need to uh, clear the stress then and there. So that's very important. So this knowledge is important because whether we undergo the stress or kith and kin may undergo the stress, we should be able to understand it and able to make them come out of it. So, and also memory, stress and memory, okay? Short term memory and also long term. So short term is slowly converted into long term in the hippocampus of the brain, where the corticosteroids receptors are there. So as I told, chronic stress will affect the through the cortisol mechanism. There is a problem, so the memory will also affected. Any chronically stressed person will have a defected memory. And okay, and the next is stress and the immune system. So we are all about talking about the immune system during the present time, no? So all of them are taking lot of, some natural ingredients, mixture, decoctions like that for boosting up their immunity against this COVID. But naturally, the body itself has the innate immunity. But when you have stress, there is the immune system is impaired. So, in the central nervous system, the immune system is regulated and are also modulated by the neuroendocrine system, as I already told, the axis, HPA axis. So, whenever you're chronically stressed, definitely our immune system goes for an impairment. So, definitely then and there we have to get relieved of our stress. And next is cardiovascular system. So cardiovascular system, it acts through two different parts, through the sympathetic nervous system and also the parasympathetic nervous system. So whenever you're going through a very stressful situation, the sympathetic nervous system through the adrenaline, it gets activated. That is increase in heart rate, contraction of the muscles, so increase oxygen demand. So during this phase, the patient may go for a myocardial infarction, that is heart attack, increased blood pressure, hypertension, and abnormal heart rhythm, that is, we call it arrhythmias. Strokes are also common. And when the parasympathetic is activated, there is decrease in heart rate. So there is sudden stoppage of, there is decrease and stopping of the heart. The risk of thrombosis is also sluggish. So the sluggish activity will cause the risk of thrombosis. So what about the gastrointestinal system? So when you are chronically stressed, your nutrition system is also affected. No, you have poor appetite. Any person under stress doesn't take food properly. So the appetite is decreased. So the nutritional level is affected. They may go for malnutrition or some nutritional problems, and inflammation of the bowel, colitis and peptic ulcer, and GRD, so gastroesophageal reflux, and irritable bowel syndrome. So many patients, they come with irritable bowel. This is they feel like passing stools often, or they may be constipated also. So it may alternate also, constipation and diarrhea alternating, with no problem in the investigation on others system. So this is something related with stress. We do get lot of cases of irritable bowel syndrome. So the bowel, the name itself says, the bowel is not in a state of rest. It is not in a state of relaxation. It is irritable. It is always restless. Then endocrine system. So endocrine system is very important. So I already told the HP axis, hypothalamo pituitary adrenal axis. So hypothalamus pituitary is situated in the brain. So when it is disturbed, this axis is disturbed, there will be problems in the menstrual cycle in the female. There will be infertility, obesity. So obesity is common. So, and you may go for a diabetic state earlier, or diabetic state, and sexual dysfunction will be there, thyroid dysfunction, and premenstrual syndrome. So nowadays it's very common because due to stress in adolescent girls, pubertal girls, premenstrual syndrome is very common, and these cases are reported very frequently. And let us go to the dermatological issues or skin issues, acne. So, adolescents are very bothered about their skin. So even a small, they get a small pimple, they immediately go to the dermatologist. They want some cosmetic issues. So seeing the media and all the beautiful and gorgeous actors and actresses, so they want to be like them, and so they go to the dermatologist immediately, and they want a clear skin. But with all the stress, it creates a lot of dermatological issues, hair fall, and then psoriasis. Psoriasis, though it is a dermatological problem, it is aggravated by stress. And also eczema. Eczema is also aggravated by stress. So sometimes goes for a remission, full clearance, but when there's a stress, it gets aggravated. And then musculoskeletal system. Musculoskeletal system, always your muscle is under tension. So your muscle is tensed. So you get a tension type of headache. Here all the persons who have tension type of headache, they land to the neurologist. They demand for a MRI brain. They think they have a tumor. So immediately tell, doctor, I have a tumor. I have a very severe headache. So I cannot tolerate. But when you evaluate, it is just a tension type headache. The muscles are in your scalp go for a contraction. So you have a very severe pain. So that's a tension type headache. Migraine. So though migraine has many theories, but it is aggravated by stress. Sometimes low back pain. You evaluate all the reasons for low back pain, but stress can precipitate or can aggravate your low back pain, shoulder pain. And there's another condition called fibromyalgia, and that is also a condition which is more associated with the stress. Then respiratory system, bronchial asthma. So most of the asthmatics, they have a genetic predisposition. Their bronchioles go for a spasm. They have wheezing, but stress is one of the aggravating factors. So, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So it is very important. So the stress causes so many factors. There is a condition, psychosomatic disorders. We categorize these problems as psychosomatic disorders. Psycho, the name itself indicates, no? Psyche is mind, somatic, soma is body. So there is a relationship between mind and body. Rheumatoid arthritis, bronchial asthma, peptic ulcer, hypertension. So these all categories have an association with mind. Okay. So these are some of the effects of, so I have outlined most of the effects of stress on the physical health. And now let us okay. What I talk may not coincide with this. As I told at the end, I'll just explain all the slides. And then the next is stress on mental health. So as we see, chronic stress will lead to depression. So what is depression? So depression is you have a low self-esteem about yourself. You're always worried. You always cry. You have a low mood. Sometimes to the extent of suicidal intent. You don't want to live anymore. So this is the time where you need to an intervention. So you may think, so stress, chronic stress leading to a depression, where it may even lead to a suicidal intention, sometimes a completed suicide. We have seen cases where a simple stress has gone in for a chronic stress, which has and depression to completed suicide. So yesterday you could have seen the newspaper where a patient with mucormycosis committed suicide by falling in front of the train. So see, a stress here, the patient did not have any family history of mental illness or any other previous any depression or any other thing, but the impact of mucormycosis. No, you would have heard about mucormycosis during the second wave COVID. After recovery, many patients post COVID, they went in for a fungal infection called mucormycosis. Almost it is a salvage surgery. So mandible, maxilla, maxilla was removed, the orbit, everything. So it was the facial, they lost their facial profile. So psychological impact was more. So here the woman was not able to undergo that. So she went in for severe depression. So this is the impact of stress. We need to address it, is very important. Next is bipolar disorders. So stress can precipitate bipolar is frequently we get depressions and also manic episodes. You would have heard about manic episodes where in opposite to depression, the patient will be very cheerful or sometimes irritable, aggressive, violent also. We can get both the episodes or one episode at a time, sometimes mixed episodes also. And then anxiety disorders. Definitely, any person with stress can go for anxiety disorder. So, somebody with the problem, some job issues or any other thing will always be anxious, no? How to run the family. So, he'll be the breadwinner of the family. So, how to run the family, how to pay the bills, always he'll be anxious. So, anxiety disorders will be very common. Anxiety is it's a spectrum of disorders where we have so many obsessions, hypochondriasis, phobias. So you can get a variety of problem in that. Then Cognitive decline. As I told, a previously well active and very intellectual person can lose everything and become very dull. So this is called, we call it as a pseudo dementia. Pseudo dementia is something like a forgetfulness. So it is only apparent, not a true forgetfulness. Due to chronic stress and depression, they may go for cognitive decline. And then addiction is very common. Now, whenever a person goes for depression and anxiety, it's very common they go in for alcohol abuse or some other abuse. So this is it is taking in for some wrong diversion. So this is very this fact has to be addressed. Some they'll be coming for de-addiction treatment. So we need to take a detailed history whether the patient is under stress, chronic stress, without de-stressing them. So we cannot do a de-addiction program also. So they'll go for addiction. So that is very important point. And a previously very soft and sober person will have some changes. That is a personality change. So we may think the person has totally changed. Why? So this stress can even change even the personality profile of the person. So these are some of the factors of how stress can impact on mental health. Okay. So now, seeing on the slide, firefighter specific stressors. Okay, this is what with some of the risk factors we saw. No, reliance on teamwork, low job control. This is about the stressor. What sleep disturbance? We already saw boredom, co-worker conflict. Next slide. Okay. Yes, I already told about the intrusive thoughts, no hope, sleep difficulties, gastro and the throat, and we saw all these thing. We don't know head, neck, facial tension, the muscle tension, gastrointestinal distress, cardiopulmonary, and the next psychological is apprehension, anger, anxiety, depression. Okay, yeah. So implications for treatment. Um, so we have to. Uh, Here, coping skills is very important. So they were given many points. Coping skills. Yeah. So first is we need to coping. We need focus on the coping skills. So what is the problem focused and emotion focused? So here most of the things what I have practically seen is they'll be more emotionally disturbed. Okay. So we have to first focus on the emotional aspect. Okay, first is focusing on and venting emotion. That is very important. And behavioral disengagement, as we already saw, there will be behavioral problems, mental disengagement, and we have to turn the emotional aspect into a acceptance. Okay, though there are many points, we will just take what is important alone, and then we have to go for the problem focus. First treat the emotional aspects of the stress and then go to the problem issues. So there we have to taking planning. So if you have a stress, so maybe some if you have an issue, so take number 1 point, you plan it, and then getting a social support here is very important. So many of the people who are stressed are alone. So there is no support system for them. So support system is very important. So if you always think that stress cannot be managed alone, you need a social support system. Social support system may be a family support, a friend, there may be a friend group, or some other during the workplace. So that is very important. These things we already first we discussed about the stress, Sally, then what is stress and the types of stress. Okay, sure. Now coming to, I think I've covered many aspects, almost all the aspects of the impact of stress on physical and mental health. Now let us see some techniques or just outline of how to manage this stress. So, to reduce the tension that occurs in stressful situation by making emotional and physical changes. Next slide. Okay, so laughter. So laugh here, stress out. So maybe it may be very difficult, no? So this laughter is, we cannot laugh at stress always. It's very difficult. But humor is something you can be in a uh, social, that's what I told you, social support system. So when you are in a good social support system, this humor will help you. You can't be alone and you cannot laugh. So that's what always, don't be always a loner. You must have some friends and co-workers who can make you laugh at any point of what, when you are low. That is very important. They can take you out or they can make you laugh, they can de-stress you. That is very important. So when you laugh means when you are in a humorous state or when you're somebody cracks jokes and somebody makes a humor, when you laugh, endorphins are secreted. Okay, endorphins are secreted in the brain via the opioid receptors, which creates a high in you, making a well-being in you. So that is proved. So that is the importance of this humor. So always try to be a little cheerful person. Don't be always very serious. So this humor definitely creates sense in you through the endorphin. Okay, see, laughter lowers the blood pressure, reduces the hypertension. It provides good cardiac conditioning, especially for those who are unable to perform physical exercise, reduces the stress hormones, especially we are discussing about the adrenaline, cortisol. So dopamine is another culprit there, and growth hormone. Okay, so this is very important. So again, we were talking about the immune function. It boosts the immune function by raising the T cells. So again, we have some proteins called gamma interferon and disease destroying antibodies, T cells, B cells. Okay. So endorphins, I told you, it triggers the release of endorphin. Endorphin is very important. I will talk to you about it again also during another therapy. Endorphin is a gift for us. Through that endorphin, it's a natural what pain reliever and also which creates a sense of well-being. So it's a gift which God has given us in nature, which we can induce to produce in our body. Okay, it produces a sense of well-being. Okay. So there are some therapies just outlining for completion's sake. Autogenic training. Autogenic training, the name itself tells us. No, autogenic, you are training yourself. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So in Germany is well known for psychiatrists. So this Johannes Heinrich, he first published this. It's a relaxation technique. Just you self-analyze yourself. So a technique they are given. Technique involves the daily practice of session that lasts around 15 minutes. It is not a hard and fast rule. You can take how many minutes if you have. So at least 30 minutes or 1 hour. So this is the practitioner will repeat a set of visualization that induces a state of relaxation. For example, you can just lie down or sit, or just you can relax in your you are in a sofa, whatever you like, and just you can imagine that you are in some near a beach or like that. Just you can just close your eyes and can imagine you're in a beach on your favorite place, and then you can just sense your body. So how your body feels. So how it is heavy or stiff, or how is your heartbeat? It's a bit panting. It's very, it's you're restless or like that. Then slowly, then you can. This is a. It is something we have given the slide in like on the meditative poster scanning, but what I tell to my patients is you can modify according to your um, what your is. Okay, so if you feel like from top to bottom you feel like you're having a headache, you're having a tension headache after a long hour of work, then you can try to relax your muscles of the scalp. Okay, or you can have a massage or like that combined with it. So you can make a slight modification in that. So you can just talk to yourself. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Yes, you don't have a headache. It's coming down like that. You give a suggestion to yourself. Okay. So this is how you make yourself calm, and you are training your muscles to get relaxed. So slowly you are coming down. So if your heart, so you perceive your heart, it is having much palpitation, then you are just giving a suggestion. Oh, it's just coming down. Okay, now you would have understood. Down top to bottom, you are giving a suggestion, and slowly, this is the autogenic train. Slowly, uh, you are controlling your body to the suggestion of your mind. This is a autogenic training. Okay. Yeah. So it restores the balance between the activity of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So if you are having palpitation or other thing, so the digestion of the bowel movement, the blood pressure, even so constantly, it doesn't come overnight. You have to do it very systematically. So whenever you have time, or a particular time will be, if in the morning or evening, particular time will do a very give good results. So if you do it, automatically your body will come under your mind's control, and vice versa. So whenever you go into a very stressful situation, so you will be able to control yourself, and the immediate reaction of the stress like palpitation, sweating, or other thing, the sympathetic overactivity will not be there. So this is how we just give some suggestions for them to follow at home. This is very important, getting a hobby. So don't be without a hobby. Even you are a very busy like a bee, please have a hobby. Okay. So it's given, no, collecting games, outdoor recreation, gardening, cooking. Do you think cooking is a hobby? I don't think so. Performing the arts, reading. For many, cooking is a hobby, they tell. But so it depends on the individual preference. So I can choose meditation. So I think in the next classes you have meditation, yoga. So I don't want to talk more on this. Just for completion, I given this. Okay, it's a holistic discipline during which he trains his or mind not realize. So these are all some intermingled therapies only. We cannot differentiate like this is like this and like this. All something like a just like some masala only. You can just modify it yourself, and you can create your own therapy. So okay, yeah, this is meditation is something we keep quiet and calm. We hear mild music, we do some prayer or something, and then slowly we come to a point where we find ourselves very restful and what in a state of internal calmness. So that is what, okay. So deep breathing. So breathing here they are given so many types of breathing, but a simple thing what I say is you take a deep inspiration, sustain it for just 1 minute, and then slowly leave it out, expiration. Do it for 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. Usually this is what I tell to my patients. Practically that would be, I think that will be better. So here they are told about the diaphragmatic breathing, abdominal breathing, belly breathing, deep breathing, costal breathing, etc. But many times, okay, so this is how the exercise. You can just go through. If you want a detailed thing, you can go through the YouTube also, and yeah, they're given many procedures. But I feel many procedures will confuse you. So only one thing is the normal breathing pattern, you do it very slowly. So take a deep inspiration, then sustain it for the exchange of gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then expiration slowly. 10 minutes, 10 times, 10 times. That is enough for you. So that will help you to do for panic attacks, especially those who are having panic. They go for a panic during all this stress. This breathing exercise will be very helpful. So yoga, I think tomorrow you are having a topic on yoga. So let us skip this. So what is nootropics? Nootropics is something memory enhances. So we have pyracetam, which improves the mental function, like thinking. I told you cognition is thinking, memory, intelligence, motivation, attention, concentration. We reserve this only for those who have lost all these things due to chronic stress. I told you, totally they are deprived of all these things. Totally they are I told you, it is like cognitive decline, like pseudo dementia. They are not able to even recollect, memory is gone. It's like it mimics like a dementia state. So very severe depression. So in that state we can use this nootropics. It is a memory enhancer. Okay. It improves the availability, okay, brain supply of neurochemicals. That's all. That's increases the oxygen supply to the brain. Then relaxation techniques. Relaxation, as I told you, relaxation is we have uh, partially we can do, or the whole body relaxation. Right from the we can just lie down, or you can even sit in your office. You can do. It is not a hard and fast to follow the typical procedure. You can just, as I already told, you can modify this procedure according to uh, your place of work, everything. Okay. So you can just start from the toe muscle. Toe muscle. First, you can contract all the muscles step by step from the toe, and then leg muscles, calf muscle, thigh muscle, then abdominal muscle, till the scalp muscle, and then slowly, then you hold it in a contractor state, and then slowly relax it. So like this, you can do it for 5 times or 10 times according to the time you have. Okay. So this is a Jacobson relaxation technique. We call it a Jacobson relaxation technique, starting from the toe muscle to the scalp muscle, facial muscle to scalp muscle. So taking it into a contracted position and then slowly relaxing it. So this when we take take it to a contracted state and again to a relaxation state. Automatically, whenever you go into a stressful situation, your body will accommodate itself to go to a relaxed state. Okay. So that whenever the sympathetic system comes into action, your body automatically goes into a relaxation state. So you are tuning your mind and body into to go into a relaxation phase. Okay. So it is just tuning. Okay, then this is fractional or a partial. So instead of the whole body you are taking into relaxation, you can take small part group of muscles. It may be leg muscles or hand, para muscles, or it may be some abdominal muscle. So you can take a fraction of the muscles into a contractile state and then into relaxation, and then you can train it. So it's better to do a full body relaxation technique. Okay. And this is very important. ABC of stress management. So take time for yourself. So yourself means not for sleeping alone, just for grooming yourself, just standing in front of the mirror, gazing at yourself. So not for the family. Just family time is different. It is for yourself. Just okay. For if you have a pet, just enjoy a time with the pet. Be silly. Okay. Don't be very always sensitive, very stubborn, and very serious. Be humorous. Be silly. Try to laugh at small things. Try to enjoy at small things. So John Keats has told, no, a thing of beauty is joy forever. Try to enjoy small things in your life. Okay. So after all this going through this pandemic, I learned this. I started to learn. I started to enjoy the fresh air. Whenever evening comes, I used to open all the windows and I used to thank, oh, I'm getting fresh air, because they will quarantine ourselves after the duty. We'll be shut up in a room. Then they will leave us after a week. So after all this stressful period, I started enjoying walking in the fresh air. So these are all the blessings in disguise we are not knowing. Okay. So enjoy the small things in your life. Okay. Open the window and just see the trees and the plants and enjoy and be happy in that, the flowers. So take time for yourself means groom yourself, adore yourself. Don't think always you have to be around busy at your work and other things. And then be aware of your stress meter. We know whenever we get stressed, we know. I'm honest. I always know whenever I'm stressed. I know how to ventilate. I ventilate out. When I'm angry, yes, I let out. And then when I cool down, if suppose I just go and ask pardon to the person, come down and okay, I'll just, I don't feel so very bad for that, because it's a normal emotion. You don't, whenever you don't let out your emotion, you are not a human being. Okay, you are an animal. But even an animal even lets out its emotion. You have seen all the animals, they are letting the emotion. So letting out your emotion, don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad about it. Let out your emotion. Okay. Concentrate on controlling your situation without controlling everybody else. And this is very important. Okay. So stress is something for you, for you, but not for everyone. So don't try to blame and don't try to bombard everybody. It is a stress for you. You can seek help from others. Okay. So daily exercise is very important. So don't forget to do daily exercise. Don't think household work is a exercise. So all used to tell to me, ma'am, I'm doing all the exercise. I mean household work at home. This is daily exercise. No. Exercise is setting apart time and then doing walking or some other exercise, whatever that will help you. I told you exercise will burn okay. So daily exercise will burn off the stress chemicals. Okay. And again, I told you, endorphins here is very important. Endorphins will give you a feeling of well-being. And also, don't think doing exercise will cause you pain. Now, initially, you may feel painful, but this endorphins will in turn will uh, alleviate your pain. Okay, so eat lot of fresh fruits, veggies, water, and forgive others. This is very important. Forgive others. So when you don't forgive others, the stress will mount up. So do not hold grudges and be tolerant. So unforgiveness is one of the important factors of stress. This is very important thing. So when you have hold grudges, you'll be going into stress again and again. So forgive and forget. That's all. You leave it. So hugs, kisses, and laughter. Have fun and don't be afraid to share feelings others. So lot of fun. So have some birthday parties or this function or this small enjoyment in your workplace or family or some other area where or some charity. Charity is important. So share whatever you have with the poor. So charity is important. You have lot of de-stressing there. So enjoy fun, have fun with those kind of people, and really you will uh, you can de-stress a lot. This is from my experience. Go to some home, have a lot of fun with the kids there or with the old people there. Okay, so these are some of the thing of letting out your stress. So before stress comes, let us try to manage and try to what um, not we cannot prevent or better handling of stress. We have to learn it. Okay. So identify stressor and plan to deal with them better next time. So definitely cannot tell that I have had enough stress, no more stress next time. So you'll be having, you'll be getting. So you can expect stress. So whenever you have stress, you just manage it, and the next time, okay, the next time stress will come, I can plan to deal it effectively. So, judge your own performance realistically. Realistically, okay. Don't set goals out of your own reach. So maybe this time stress would have managed it very poorly, or okay, average. So you can judge it, no issues, because if the next time you have a problem issue, you can manage it in a better way. So keep a positive attitude. Your outlook will influence others. This is very important. Okay. So, and the way others treat you, your outlook will influence outcomes and the way others treat you. So, whenever you're going through a stress, the how you manage and how positive you convert will influence others also. So, be a model in managing a stress. So, limit alcohol, drugs, and other stimulants. So, don't take a diversion to this uh, addictions, but take in a different direction. Okay. Manage money well, seek advice, and save at least 10%. So, financial management is very important. So, most of the time people fall in this. So, this is a very important issue. You can get advice. So, this is very important. No is a word you need to learn to use without feeling guilty. This is very important. If you are not for anything, say no without guilt. Don't try to please everybody. So that is not our work. So try to say no without guilt. This is very nice, isn't it? So outdoor activities by yourself or with friends and family. This is always where we have to do it. Play your favorite music. So music is a very good relaxation. You feel like dancing. Okay. So when even you dance out, you relieve your stress out. So quit smoking, relationships, nurture and enjoy them, learn to listen more and talk less. So this is very important. Try to listen more. Some people will be very talkative. The person would have come to talk to you, but you will be talking. So try to build good relationship, nurture it and enjoy them. And then sleep well. Very important. Sleep is very important. So during sleep, all your cells, mechanisms get repaired, regenerated. So have a very firm mattress and supportive pillow. This depends according to you. So allow plenty of ventilation. Don't always sleep in a closed room. Allow ventilation. Treat yourself once a week with a massage, dinner out, and movies. Understand things from the other person point of view. It is very important. No, we always speak in our point. So this is also very important. Verify information from the source before exploding. Yeah, thing. Worry less. It really doesn't get things completed better or quicker. So worry less. So you may think this ma'am is giving a lot of list. So how can I follow all this? So kindly follow at least 5 of the things really you can achieve more than before. Okay. So yearly goal setting. So goal setting is there, but whatever you can, you do. Don't set the goal beyond your limit. Then zest for life. This is important. Each day is a gift. Smile and be thankful that you are part of the bigger picture. We are alive. For that, we should be happy. That is the best thing. Okay. So I want to play. Uh, I want to play one thing, and just I want to get some feedback from you. And the Zumba, the pets. So this is just a small video I created, pets and relaxation. Okay, so we collected some. It's a very short duration we did this, and these are the pet pictures from my friends. We have WhatsApp group, and they immediately send. It's very beautiful, isn't it? So I love pets. I love dogs. So these are good de-stressors, you know. So I want some feedback from the audience also. I think I'm talking for a long time. So what do you feel? So what do you think from your aspect? This is one video, and I want to play another thing also. So I think we can play and ask the feedback from the audience. Next thing.
Love me from my head down to my toes. Better know if you with me. Hey, 'cause I finally found the answer in me. Oh, my mama, she did say, don't you let him get you down. I don't let you love me. That's why I'm talking to the girl in the mirror. Whoa, like even if you're down, better get up. Whoa, 'cause every setback's just a setup. Whoa, there's something just a little bit better. Oh, I'm talking to the girl in the mirror, 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 girl in the mirror. Oh, go to sleep at night with a smile on my face, 'cause I know who I am and I can never be replaced. So go ahead, be proud, be different. Hey, that's what makes you one out of a million. Whoa, my mama, she did say, don't you let him get you down. I don't let you love me.
So this is a Zumba video. I don't know how much. I don't know how many of you have gone through this. So I think some 1.5 years back, I was attending the Zumba. It was very lively with lot of friends around. So we enjoyed a lot. So after phase, I think I didn't have enough time and I discontinued. Really, it was very nice to have a lot of people around and doing the Zumba. Um, uh, so I felt very active and it was nice to have a good sleep. And the day was very pleasant also. So I had a few music clips. Unfortunately, we couldn't play for you. Uh, okay. You just went through that video, isn't it? What is your feedback and how do you feel when you hear a music and at the same time a nice step? Somebody can volunteer and many can volunteer. And also about the pets and what is your feedback and how you de-stress yourself. Yeah. Okay. You feel relaxed on seeing the, I mean, music video or the pets? Uh, Face that. Both. Yeah. Okay. I needed to dance with the dance video. That's the very good response I want. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Light and soothing. Yeah. Of course. Open Q&A. Anyone can talk how you feel, or do you want to play again? Forgot everything. Inita Rawat Chavan. Forgot everything means you, you forgot about your stress. That's fine. Okay. Just a feedback. Okay. I used to hear such type. Yes, Dr. Titus. Okay, Vinita Rawat Chavan and I think Dr. Titus, they want to say something. Yes, you can. Yeah, yes. Oh man. Sharing and caring is soothing. So many have told that they feel relaxed on seeing the music video, I think. What about the pet video? Feedback. Okay. Stress relieving. Okay. So just only short videos, isn't it? So you have a lot of things like that, and you can create also. No, you can have a lot of images. Do you want to play again, anyone? Oh, very good. So you watched with your kids. That's fine. Yeah. So this time we'll play. And I think you can make some movements along with that. Okay?
Love me from my head down to my toes. Let 'em know if you with me. Hey, 'cause I finally found the answer in me. Oh, my mama, she say, don't let 'em get you down. I don't learn to love me. That's why I'm talking to the girl in the mirror. Whoa, like even if you're down, better get up. Whoa, 'cause every setback's just a setup. Whoa, for something just a little bit better. Oh, I'm talking to the girl in the mirror, 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 girl in the mirror. Oh, I go to sleep at night with a smile on my face, 'cause I know who I am and I can't ever be replaced. So happy, proud, be different. Hey, that's what makes you one out of a million. Whoa, my mama, she say, don't you let 'em get you down. I don't learn to love me.
Okay. So we shared it again for you. Okay. So many messages, very nice and very happy. So somebody's pet also has gone in for a dance, I think, My dog danced with me. Vinita Rawat Shawan. Very nice. That's what we wanted at the end of the session. So your dog danced with you. Huh? Very happy. Okay. Okay. So unfortunately, I couldn't share a beautiful piece of music. You can go to the YouTube. Okay, that's a violin piece. Jerusalem. I don't know. That's a great hit this year. Okay, Jerusalem. That's a challenge dance in the YouTube. You can go and see. The music is very nice. That this sort of music, when you hear, it be very nice. And there's a piece of violin. Uh, uh, I'm sorry that I couldn't recap the name of the violinist. Okay, you can go through the YouTube and see. Okay, that's very nice and de-stressing for you. So you can choose such type of music. Okay, um, so you can do that. So I think this would have been very useful for you. And any uh, doubt to be cleared or anything, you can just clarify. Mm. Mm. Huh? Take. Are you
Dear
hearing?
participants, if you have any questions or topics to discuss with our resource person, yes, ma'am, yes, we can hear you. There is a question posted in the chat box: how to cope up with workplace harassments and politics.
Oh, question and answer. Okay,
Yeah, ma'am.
okay. How
Are
to
you
cope up with
available?
workplace harassment and yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Are you? Could you hear me? Is it? Yes. Now, are you hearing me?
Voice is breaking.
Am I audible?
It's still breaking, ma'am.
Break.
It is breaking when you speak.
Shala ma'am wants to play audio.
Okay, okay, okay.
After that.
Now, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am, yes,
So
of
how
course.
to cope up with workplace harassment? Okay. Yeah, that's a quite difficult thing only. I can understand, but I don't know what type of harassment you're facing. There are different types. Actually, sometimes your boss may exact excess work from you, or sometimes it may be from your co-workers. Um, so everything, sometimes better to be um, I don't know, could be a more specific question, I think, Vinita. Workplace harassment is something a very big thing. Could you be more specific? Because it is a burden of work or the verbal abuse or you're not able to hear it. Bad tone, bad voice, bad look. Bad voice, bad tone, bad look. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, maximum we try to ignore it. Okay. So when we just go and confront with those issues, we are also put into great stress, and we are also again what we try to retaliate them again with the same things you have put in the message. Okay. So it's better we train our mind to keep quiet and do our work alone and just ignore things. Ignoring things will help us a lot. So you just try that. Huh? But it's very difficult. Okay. So some. Okay, the abusive behavior of family member, of course, it's something it's very difficult. At least the workplace, you can just leave it off and come away. But in the family, no, it's always you have to face the person. It's very difficult. I agree with that. But sometimes, again, here also, you need to ignore that person. If you feel that the particular person is creating problem for
Jiva
you
ma'am, your voice
repeatedly,
is breaking.
so occasionally mic சரி. Now, ma'am, audible?
Yes, ma'am. I think if you could turn off your video, you'll get good network connection.
Oh, video. Okay. So you try to ignore that person also. Okay. Somebody is creating you issues daily. You just do your work, do your duty. Okay. Do your duty alone and uh, and go away. So beyond that means you need to, it is very troublesome for you. Definitely consult somebody and just discuss with them. Don't leave it. Okay. And can you tell me the ego? There are three things Kannan has asked about ego. Okay. Ego, ego, and we call it super ego. This is a different theory which Sigmund Freud told. I don't know what you mean about ego. Sometimes we told this person is very egoistic, like that. But what we in psychology mean is ego mediates between id and superego. Okay, id is it depends on the pleasure principle. Always it wants some pleasure. Superego is it's based on the moral principle. Okay, this ego mediates between pleasure and moral principle. Here, I don't know what you mean ego. This person is very egoistic. Egoistic means he has his own values and he never leaves it for anyone like that. Okay. So sometimes we use that word ego also for that. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Feel isolated in workplace and colony. Sometimes we have to find out friends. Okay. Friends in the workplace and never, some people won't approach us, but we need to approach for some friendship and in workplace or in colleges or like that. Okay. So don't think that you feel isolated or like that. Try to find out somebody. Or there are any setting students to understand their. Yeah, of course. So one person has asked, are there any tests that I can give to my students to understand their stress in my classroom? Of course, you can yourself give a questionnaire, just 10 questions. Okay, you create. Okay, for stress. So the symptoms we discussed, some physical symptoms, some psychological symptoms. So you can make it as a question. Do you feel like this? Yes, no. Or sometimes you can rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. You can rate it and you can give 10 questions. According to the rating, you can assess your student whether they are stressed. Okay. Senior and junior problems in workplace is very common, So the seniors bullying juniors. So this happens everywhere. Huh? This is something in give and take only. Okay. So the survival of the fittest. So even if you are a junior, if you have the caliber, you can survive anywhere. So don't think that you are junior like that. So it all depends on our mind and esteem. Don't never ever leave your self-esteem. Okay. Throat pain. Okay. Throat pain. Throat pain occurs while teaching long time. Of course, when you use your vocal cords for a long time, definitely it puts your local cord into stress. Okay, so always you must have some warm water and take some sips of warm water always. People in teaching professions and people like us, we also keep on talking to patients, psychotherapy like that. So I used to have some water always, warm water always by my side, so that I feel like my vocal cords and throat and the pharynx never gets dry. So if you uh, train like that, okay. Okay. This is a very difficult thing you're asking, dear, and um, so Vinita has asked a question. It is very difficult. I think they'll give my mail ID to you so that I can give an answer to you. Okay, something very personal which we cannot discuss in this forum. Okay. Dr. Jiva, Dr. Jiva, JEVA, DPM at yahoo.com. So Vinita will be given my email ID. Okay, you can discuss it. Some personal questions will be discussed. DR. DPM at yahoo.com. I've shared my mail ID with you so that you can discuss with me your problems. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Anything else?
Thank you, ma'am. I think it's time to wind up. Dear participants, I hope our resource person has given you the answers for all your queries. There is one more question posted, ma'am, from Mr. Balan. Sound gives me some irritation. How to overcome that?